Okay. So in the coordinate grid, equations can describe all the points that lie in a circle, just as they do with lines and parabolas. We will first look at the equations of a circle that have centers at the origin. So I just want to remind you what the origin is. What is the origin? Yeah, it's the ordered pair 0, 0. So if the center is at the origin, what does that mean? When we think about our equation, we're going to do x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared. But what is x minus 0, the quantity squared, and y minus 0, the quantity squared? What is x minus 0? X. It's x squared. And what is y minus 0? Just y. So then y squared. Okay. So what is true about every point that lies on this circle? Well, let's see what we can figure out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5. What is this order pair right here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is not a perfect graph, but I'm going to tell you right now that this should be the ordered pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's what I want you to write. What is true about every point on this? Every point is 10 units away. I don't know how we messed that graph up. Every point is 10 units away. Algebraically show that the point 6, 8 must lie on the circle. Well, if all of the points are 10 units away, that means that the radius is 10 squared, which is what? 100. Okay. If I use the point 6, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I use the point 6, 8, because that's nicely on the graph. That is nicely on the graph. Let's see. This is my x coordinate and this is my y coordinate. So I'm just going to plug it into the equation of my circle. 6 squared plus 8 squared better equal my radius squared, which is 100. Well, what is 6 squared? 36. And what is 8 squared? And what is 36 plus 64? It's 100. So 100 equals 100. It appears that the point 7, 7 lies on this circle. So 6, 7, 7. It appears that the point 7, 7 lies on this circle. Well, let's check. Because if it does, then 7 squared plus 7 squared will equal 10 squared. But that's 49 plus 49 equals 100. And 49 plus 49 is 98. 98 does not equal 100. So does it lie on the square? No. No, it's not a square. Sorry, 7, 7 is not on the circle. That's funny that I called it a square. If the point xy lies on the circle, write an equation that must be true involving x and y based on the right triangle shown above. Well, we already did that. That's x squared plus y squared equals 10 squared. That is the equation to our circle. Oh, I didn't read the part where it says the radius is 10. That would have been helpful. Nobody corrected me on that. Sorry, guys. Did you guys see this where it says the radius is 10 in the words? It says, here's your circle whose radius is 10. That would have been great if I had read all of that. Sorry. Okay, so a circle whose center is at the origin and whose radius is r can be written like this. X squared plus y squared equals r squared. The point 74 lies on a circle centered at the origin. So if the point 74 lies on a circle that's centered at the origin, that means this is 7 and this is 4. Or 7 squared plus 4 squared equals what? We're trying to find our radius first. So Pythagorean theorem. You're doing that all in your brain. Go ahead.
I think like 49 plus 60.
Yeah. 65 equals r squared. So what is the equation of the circle? It's x squared plus y squared equals 65. Is the point -8, 1 on this circle? Justify. So this means we're going to let x equal -8, and we're going to let y equal 1, and we're going to plug it into our equation. X squared plus y squared equals 65. Well, if x is -8, -8 the quantity squared, plus if y is 1, y the quantity squared equals 65. Let's see. What is -8 times -8? It's a positive 64. And what is 1 times 1? So what is 64 plus 1? So does the point -8, 1 lie on my circle? Yes. Michael, are you taking notes or are you piddle farting? It didn't look like the bottom was filled out. Huh? Oh, that is super awesome. I love that. Perfect. Okay. Can we go on? All righty. So, circles that are not centered on the origin have an equation that are very similar and can be understood using the distance formula. So, the distance formula, x squared minus x1, the quantity squared plus the square, this is square root of the quantity x sub 2 minus x sub 1, the quantity squared, plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1, the quantity squared. So consider a circle whose center is at the ordered pair 4, 2 with a radius of 5. So we're just going to use the equation of a circle. Do you guys remember how to write it? I'm going to tell you. X minus h, the quantity squared, plus y minus k, the quantity squared, equals the radius squared. Remember that h, comma, k is the ordered pair of the center. Okay? I'm going to save you that whole distance formula mess. Are we ready to do this? Let's write an equation. So first of all, if our center is at the ordered pair 4 and 2, my equation is going to be x minus 4, the quantity squared, plus y minus 5, the quantity squared, equals 5 squared. That is the equation to the circle. Okay. Now it wants us to prove that the point 8, 5 and the point 1, -2 lie on that circle. Well, we're just going to substitute x and y with 8 and 5. So let's check the point 8, 5. So I'm plugging that into my equation. Does that make sense what I'm doing? So 8, I'm letting x equal 8, minus 4, the quantity squared, plus y is now going to be 5, minus 5, the quantity squared, equals 5 squared, because that's my radius. Well, 8 minus 4 is, and 4 squared is And 5 minus 5 is, and 0 squared is, equals 5 squared, which is, does 16 equal 25? No, it does not. So this is not on the circle. What if I check the other point? 1, negative 2. So I'm going to let x equal 1. 1 minus 4, the quantity squared, plus y, which is negative 2, minus 5, the quantity squared, equals 5 squared. So 1 minus 4 is, so I have negative 3 squared, plus negative 2 minus 5 is squared, equals 25. Well, 9 plus 49 does not equal 25. Oh, guys, see, I knew that this was wrong. Look at this. Poop on a stick. Do you guys see this? This equation? What is our center? 4, 2. So what should our equation be? Should be x minus 4 and y minus 2. Poop on a stick. So I need to go back and change that. So I'm going to just put a 2 in here. So this is going to be 5 minus 2. And 5 minus 2 is... Yeah, I got to erase. Yeah, I do have white out. Do I have what? I do not have any cap erasers. Sorry. I'm erasing. Sorry. Really, I'm not erasing. I'm just... God, I hate it when I mess up. This is why I should have filled out notes, but I didn't grab them. So 4 squared plus 5 minus 3 is... Or 5 minus 2 is 3 squared is 9. So I really have 16 plus 9, which is 25. So this one is yes. Sorry, guys. 2 minus 2, this is going to become a negative 4. And this is 9 plus 16, which is also 25. So it's yes on both. Sorry about that. We all need chocolate after that. Okay, we're almost done. We're almost done. I'm waiting.
Ms. Bishop, who did you put in timeout?
Oh, where it says stand? Don't even ask. It was either that or I was going to.
8.
I'm making a video, so I got to be nice. Yeah. It says 16 plus 9 is 25 and 9 plus 16 is 25. Sorry that was so messy. Can we skip B and go right onto the center of the circle? Okay. So circle whose center is at X, Y. All of the equations that you are going to encounter are going to call this H and K instead of X sub C, Y sub C. I promise you, they're always going to call the center of the circle H and K. Just like the vertex of a parabola is H and K, okay? That is how it's represented. So for each equation below, state the circle's center and its radius. So I'm going to write the parent equation. X minus H, the quantity squared, plus Y minus K, the quantity squared, equals the radius squared. So the center of equation A is 5, 2. The radius of equation A is, we'll just take the square root of this, 5. How do we feel about that? Good. Okay, let's go to equation B. The center for equation B is negative 4, 1. Does everybody see why the x coordinate is negative 4?
Yes.
because it came from minus a negative. Does that make sense to everyone? We all understand that. Okay. And the radius is what? 10. Good job. Let's look at this next one. What is the center? 0, positive 3. And what is my radius? 1. Yep, 1 squared is 1. Square root of 1 is 1. Good job. Good. Because remember, this came from x plus 0 or x minus 0, right? 0 is 0. What about this one, example D?
4 would be x, and 0 would be y. 4, 0.
Is it positive 4 or
Negative 4.
negative 4, 0? Good job. And what is my radius? 4. You guys are doing great. Okay, who feels like they can do E? Go ahead, Manuel. What is it? 0, 0. And what is my radius? Good job. Noah J, you good with that? Okay, you want to do F? Okay, what'd you get? Perfect. Good job. How do we feel about that? Gucci?